Yeah, so just prepare to.
It'll be great.
It'll be perfect. Yeah, so just prepare to.
Y'all motherfuckers don't watch us play throughout the year, to tell you the truth. I'm gonna be real with you, and I don't care if I get fined.
That train is off the track.
I feel like you can't just like jump through Neptune and be okay.
Just prepare to.
What the show needs is more dogs and bears and chickens and stuff.
Yeah, so just prepare to be awash in unbeatable goodness.
Welcome, Pacers fans. You were listening to the Undebeatables, your semi-weekly, whenever we need to, Pacers podcast. Today is Sunday, January 22nd, 2025, and this is episode 777. Coming to you from Indianapolis, Indiana, I'm your host, Joey Gaffrida, the man behind the dials. This show, we're here to discuss the game we all just finished watching, Game 7 of the NBA Finals, Pacers at Thunder. Joining me this show are all three of our analysts, coast to coast, like buttered toast. First, from the high school home of Jameson Brewer, Silver Spring, Maryland, it's the doctor, Jason Triplett.
What is up, Pacers fans? What is up? Undebeatables. Shout out to my cousins. Shout out to the fam. Shout out to Joey. Spent the weekend in Indianapolis. Saw a thrilling Game 6 victory and then returned home to this nonsense. And but I'm here. I'm glad I'm here to commiserate with you guys.
From Asheville, North Carolina, he's our in-house bartender, mixing up the drinks in the crappy jingles. It's the Prince of Starkness, John Colson.
What is up, Pacer Nation? What is up, Undebeatables? Oh, yeah. Glad to be with you.
From Tacoma, Washington, out west, it's our enforcer, John Harper.
What's going on, fellas?
That is how we feel. We all just watched Game 7. Pacers looking to earn their first NBA title and had to do it on the road versus OKC. And guys, well, it didn't happen. And it didn't happen in dramatic fashion. So, final score, 103-91. OKC wins. They are spraying themselves with champagne now. The Pacers fought super hard. But the bigger story of this, at least for the short term, for Pacer fans, is Haliburton in the first quarter looks to have torn his Achilles, and that's terrible. He's going to be out for who knows, like a year or so. So we will see, what that looks like for him. But so we end up, in the short term, we end up going this game without him for most of it, and gotta say, he was doing things early. He hit 3 threes in the first quarter, and all of them were from well behind the arc. One of them was from the finals logo, and it looked like he was going to not just take this game by the scruff of the neck, but just throttle it. And
he's cooking.
He was cooking, and then he drops, and
he immediately knew.
And
everybody knew.
You knew as soon as you saw the replay. You could just see that it snapped.
Yeah, we're so used to seeing that now. The non-contact injury, it just. We just know what it looks like now. It happens all of the time. I swear this injury never happened when I was a kid.
Right.
We've got 2 dudes on our roster right now with this injury.
I knew it the first time that I saw it. I also knew it the second time that I saw it. The third, the fourth, the fifth or the sixth, and I don't know how many times they showed that throughout the game, but
watching it roll up underneath his skin.
You could just, I mean, they just wouldn't stop showing it, and I wish they would. Like, wish they would.
Brian Windhorst was very sad.
Yeah. So that's how the season ends, is with Haliburton with a torn Achilles and Pacers coming up short. I'll say this, man. The team fought hard. They had some times where, I mean, we took a lead, a 1-point lead into halftime. So we had not given up. But in the third quarter, OKC was significantly better. We let the game get away. And fourth quarter, we fought back, and we actually won the fourth quarter, 23 points to 22. But it was too late. We were making pushes, but we were just turning the ball over too much. And
every time you felt like there was momentum, they got an offensive rebound or they got a steal.
We got a lot of offensive rebounds, which kind of sucked the juice out of the room, as the kids say.
Those are weird kids.
Yeah, I'm around misfits. So yeah, we're all feeling pretty bummed. You see Reggie Miller in the house tonight. Wore the Chris Mullin jersey, which is one that I didn't expect to see him rocking, but he was in the house. I'll also say, pretty good showing from the Pacers fans on the road.
Yeah,
you could
right.
see him you can see him pretty well with the shirts that they put out there, and there was a good amount of gold there. So shout out to the Pacer fans that were there on the road. So that's where we are. Everybody's sad, and this magical run has come to an end, and we have questions about how the recovery is going to be. This just happened to Lillard. It just happened to Tatum get the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
They all wear number 0, which Charlie pointed out in Slack. But I think Haliburton's the youngest of them, so hopefully they all recover quickly. But I think he has the best chance to recover the quickest.
Yeah, I mean, it's just incredibly sad for him. That's just what I was feeling. I mean, in that moment you go, well, there goes the game. You can't go on the road in Game 7 and beat them without your best player or without playing a perfect game. And I thought the guys used the momentum, of trying to win one for the Gipper. I thought they pulled together faster than OKC did afterwards, and I thought played really admirably. And we had enough in the tank for a quarter to to play a whole half like that. I mean, we didn't play our game. Their defense was exceptional, but we were just trying to hang on. We weren't really running our offense. We were just trying to throw stuff at the wall and ourselves at the basket and see what happens. And we just didn't have enough. And it's a bummer because it did feel like it was going to be a magical performance by Haliburton, and maybe this season of miracles we were going to get a crazy victory on the road and win a title. It's sad to miss that opportunity, but it's even sadder for Haliburton, who's going to have a long season of rehab and thinking about what could have been.
Yeah, man, just gut it for that guy. I mean, this is what you grow up dreaming about, this moment, and to work so incredibly hard and put yourself in this position and then come out and, like we said, the kid was cooking, and then just have it taken away like that. I'm fucking heartbroken for that kid. It's tough, man. It's just so tough.
Yeah. I mean, he was obviously hot from 3, but also had that aggressive Haliburton. And when he's aggressive Haliburton, we're a hard team to beat. And you felt like, the play that he, tore his Achilles on, it was him being aggressive.
He was driving.
He made a nice ball fake and then just cut, and it all fell apart. I give more credit to OKC's defense and OKC as a team for winning this than I do us. Even a shorthanded Pacers team not executing. I thought their defense in the third quarter was just phenomenal. There were possessions where Lou Dort just swallowed up whoever the heck he was guarding and, forced turnovers. And then, we certainly did silly things like dribble into a double team in a corner. Like, that's just not smart. You learned that in 8th grade, not to do that. But
we really are a different team without Haliburton out there to help us.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And, TJ McConnell goes nuts in the third quarter. I forget how many points he scored in the third alone, but there was...
Was it more than turnovers we had?
I don't know. It was certainly a lot more than any other Pacer scored.
Yeah.
What was it? There was an over 10-minute stretch where McConnell was the only Pacer to register a bucket. It took us until the 7-minute mark of the fourth quarter to put points on the board in the fourth. So it's kind of amazing that we won that quarter, Joey. Yeah, all the other things, like you look at the stats, and we actually, hung with them pretty well. We actually won the rebounding battle. We kind of were even on offensive boards. It was just that turnover number, 21 turnovers. Yeah. They score a ridiculous amount off of those. A lot of them were live ball turnovers, which you don't want. It's bad when one of the headier plays of the game is TJ McConnell taking a 5-second call so as not to give up the run out turnover. It's like, I'll just give up a different kind of turnover. Yeah. And we're like, oh, good play. Good decision, mate. Well done.
I think it was better than two options.
Oh, no, I agree.
It was.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm just saying that's how the game went. That was a quote-unquote highlight for us.
We did a really good job on Jalen Williams, Shea, and Dort, right? They go, 18 for 57 between them? Mm-hmm. We did a really good job on those guys. We held them to 103 points. We played some incredible defense. Unfortunately, so did they. And the turnovers, man. It's just it was hard to watch at times there in the third quarter. We just couldn't figure out how to get the ball to court.
It's those damn O boards, man.
Yeah. Well, they were timely O boards.
Timely ones, yeah.
Yeah. I think if you look at the overall numbers, we're even. But, yeah. Shea was not only deadly getting into the lane, and we did a great job stopping him, but he, tonight, was able to get stuck and find a pass, find a wide open dude. And he did that way better than he had done all series. He ends up with 12 assists, which is his career playoff high, I think. So credit to him. But those were a lot of ones that, if the Pacers get in that position, it's a live ball turnover. That's a layup the other way, and we just weren't able to convert those or get those steals. But, yeah, shout out to, all these dudes. Matherin was playing his ass off until the end. And, Nimhard, yeoman's work. Turner struggled. Toppin struggled. Ben Shepherd played good D, but looked scared on offense.
That's the thing. Nobody besides TJ had a really good game. We did not get a good game from anybody.
Yeah. Siakam looked like
you're not
he
going
was
to win
gonna
a game
have
7
it,
like that on the road.
and then he quieted down quite a bit. He only took 13 shots.
Yeah, again, credit to their defense.
Haliburton.
They did a great job, all and all that stuff. But in games like this, you got to go out and you got to force the action.
Mm-hmm. Well, every time he tried to get into the paint, I felt like they were poking the ball away, and he had a couple of, missed everything shots as well.
We saw a few of those tonight.
Yeah, it was a tough night from, offensively for sure, and I think that. A credit to TJ and what he did. He was absolutely magnificent. But, the ball wasn't moving because he was doing it, Mm-hmm. And, we're at our best when everybody's a threat. A lot of guys didn't have good looks. So.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
yeah, you just against a team like this, what is a terrible look during the regular season is the best look you're going to get all night. Right? It's just that's how this team plays. It's
when SGA got his 5th foul and they were out of timeout somehow with like 4.5 minutes left and we were only down 10, I was like, don't give me hope. Like,
right? Yeah.
You know, and then they didn't. So
Caruso called that timeout to avoid that 5-second violation to inbound, and I was like, well, I mean, that's something for us. And I will say Mathurin did everything he possibly could to keep us in that game or to close it as much as he could. He really turned it on when. That's one of those places where, yeah, you said like Shepard looked scared. Mathurin did not look scared, and he was doing everything when we needed somebody to step up and do it. And Siakam's offense was missing more in the second half, and Nembhard was taking shots. But yeah, when TJ McConnell is doing his McConnell thing, sometimes that's a bit kind of like Mathurin. I think that when they're in that mode, it's not the same mode as the free flowing offense we have, and sometimes what you need. So, I have no bad feelings about doing it that way, but that's where we were at the time.
Yeah. Well, we won all the games where we scored 110, and we lost all the ones where we didn't, right? And the turnovers were the indicator in every one of these games. We couldn't score, and we turned the ball over, and we lost the game.
Yeah, that's how basketball
that was
works.
a series.
Yep. Yeah. The super bummer for me, like big picture, even going into this game, I was like, hey, anything can happen in a Game 7. But I was thinking, even if we lose, this team, talk about playoff seasoning. This team is going to come back hungry, and with the East, what it's going to be next year, we got a shot at making another run at this next year. I'm feeling good, but with this Haliburton injury, that just gets snatched away like 7 minutes into the game. And I'm like, God bless America. That being said, like, this team still will be competitive next year. Like, this will be a playoff team, even without Haliburton, I think.
Yeah.
We're
We
deep
will not
as
be in the
hell.
lottery.
Yeah. And, it's a time to get, Jarris Walker will become a full professional basketball player next year. He's going to get a ton of burn. And let's make a run.
I just realized that. I just realized that we've been talking about what do we do with that Mathurin? Do we keep Mathurin coming off the bench, and maybe we get to punt that for another year?
Yeah. That problem is solved temporarily.
That problem is solved. Yeah, for now.
Just the way we drew it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if it can't be us, it's always great to see a small market team do something impressive, and they really are a class organization. So, that's awesome. I wouldn't be so hateful about it, but for the fact that they're the second youngest team to ever make the finals, and they're going to be this way for a decade. And
Well, decade's a long time in the NBA. I don't think it's going to be that long. They're going to run into contract issues at some point, right? And that
They
being
have
said,
the
the
best
other thing
GM.
is that the Pacers are like the third youngest team or something like that. Especially if you take James Johnson off their roster.
That's right.
Yeah. No, you're right though, Harper. I mean, they're going to be absolute beasts. And like, there was who was I listening to some podcast the other day that was like, once you win, then all of the doubt is out of your mind. You know what I mean? You never think that you're going to lose a game because you've proven it to yourself that you can do the whole thing. And so they're just going to have that one little shred of, doubt that they had in the first half. Like, Jalen Williams looked a little bit scared and spooked, and, like, they didn't really come out and take the game, by the balls to start. And I thought that was a sign of their youth and inexperience, but now that's gone. So I think now they know that, how to perform in these high-pressure situations, and Chet Holmgren's only going to get better, and Jalen Williams is a superstar. They have the MVP. They play ridiculous defense. It's going to be they got to go into next season as odds-on favorites, right, to repeat.
Yep.
Yeah. And I know we're just recording right after this, but like, I'm taking this harder, I think, than I normally take it. Like, the season ends every year. We usually lose, in the playoffs at some point, or we don't go to the playoffs. And to be so close and that you could almost taste it. I mean, I was giddy all day today. At halftime, I was even doing a little dance. I was and I want to remember that feeling. Of course, this is we're sad right now, but this is the most fun I've had being a Pacer fan. And this team gets to stick together, so it's real tough that Haliburton's not going to be there, though. That hurts. It hurts so bad.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yep. No, but you're right. I mean, this run has been incredible. Like, I mean, these are, memories that I'm going to have for the rest of my life. Like, watching Haliburton make that ridiculous shot against the Knicks on a houseboat with all you dudes. Like, being in the building for a finals game. Like, that's just, an experience you can't replace. So, yeah. And yeah, I was talking with Joey the other day. It's like we had never been here as fans of this team to a position where we're one win away from a title. Like, that was a new experience for us, and it was awesome.
It was really great.
And getting random texts from people you hadn't heard from in a while, because they know you're a Pacers fan. Like, that was kind of cool. So, yeah, lots to build on, but yeah, not having Haliburton next year. That's what I keep coming back to. It's just like the dagger. It's like brutal.
So I'm gonna put $10 down on Andrew Nimhart as most improved player next year.
Unrelated, or mostly unrelated. Did you guys see Kevin Durant got traded today?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Rockets.
Going to the Rockets. Which
Who'd they trade him for? I didn't even care today. I was just like, Pacers
I mean,
played in the
didn't
finals.
Yeah, I learned. Oh, I saw it because looking for some, Pacers pregame coverage, and just put on the most recent no dunks, and they were like, "Oh, Kevin Durant got traded to Houston for Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks, the number 10 pick for this one, and then like a 5 future second round picks." So I don't know. I don't know if this tilts anything out there, but
I mean, the Rockets were real good this year.
They were.
Yeah, the Rockets were good last year, but KD hasn't been on a happy team for a half a decade, I guess. Yeah, I mean, they gave up Jalen Green, they gave up some other stuff, and 1 million second-round draft picks, but so the price was reasonable, I will say, but. And, of course, they had a problem of too many guys, right? Yeah. So they solved that problem a little bit, but...
I mean, it's still a 1-year rental.
Exactly, yeah. And...
who knows what he has in the tank?
A potential locker room cancer? I don't know. Like, I don't want to throw dispersions on his name, but...
most of his teams have been unhappy.
Right.
Yeah, Phoenix was supposed to be good, and then they didn't like each other, so... it didn't work out.
Yeah, but they also went all in with Bradley Beal, so that's not all KD's
That's
fault.
true. that was not Katie's fault.
Right.
Is Bradley Beal the one that got the no trade clause?
Yes.
Yeah. Nice.
It was so heartbreaking to see those guys going down to the locker room and going by Hallie sitting there with his hood over and on his crutches. Yeah. It's going to be a long off season for those guys, I think.
Well, shorter than normal because we got to
Yeah.
late June.
Yeah, the draft is like tomorrow morning, I think. Like
Exactly. Yeah.
OTAs next Monday.
We got
Yeah.
your
Summer league starts in no time.
My theory is that we were trading the 25th pick because we didn't want more guys and we didn't have the money because we were trying to bring back Miles Turner. It could be that we just traded away the pick because we didn't have time to figure out who
Yeah,
the
exactly.
players were.
I think that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Just like we kind of did half-ass prep this year, so let's see if we can move this thing.
You could just buy those draft guys, right?
Oh, yeah. It's just...
Yeah, just put it on auto draft, Joey. That's how you, right? That's how you do things.
Hey, I was in the money last year. Oh, man, yeah, it's just so. I don't want to say disappointing. It's just I'm disappointed we didn't win, but I'm not in that like disappointed dad way. I'm not mad. I'm not disappointed.
You're not
We
mad.
had an
You're
amazing.
maybe just disappointed.
I don't know. I don't know what feelings I'm.
Everybody knows that's worse than being mad.
Yeah. I don't think you're disappointed. You're just sad, Joey.
Yeah,
I'm
'cause-
just sad.
Just
because
sad.
it's
That's
not
the
like
emotion.
it's not like we definitely should have won this series or this game. Like
Yeah,
It's-
I mean, I keep going back to Game 4. We kind of lost the series in Game 4 when we were up 10 and then just didn't put the nail in the coffin and, take that game.
that was the series.
Had we done that, we had a really good chance to win it at home in Game 6. And
Can I tell you how
there's no
annoyed I
guarantees.
was at Doris Burke trying to say that that Benedict Mathurin traveled on something to the rim after the way that she defended SGA's 8-step winner in that game? Like,
yeah,
know, I was annoyed.
and his egregious carry of the ball earlier in the game. Yeah.
Doris Burke is no longer on my A list.
Yeah, they jumped on that travel like crazy. It was like that was a normal NBA travel, guys. Like,
Right. I mean, if you're gonna call that, then
yeah. Then we got to change how the league
yeah,
works,
which is fine. But you just don't start calling it halfway through Game 7 of the finals.
Exactly. I did like that foul by SGA though. It was kind of like an Ole shove kind of move.
Yeah,
He's like,
that was the one that he like hit the stanchion on that one. Was that
Yeah.
that the one?
Yeah.
Mathurin, I bet Mathurin is needed to spend some time in the tub of ice. He was
Took some
he
spills.
was hitting.
Dude,
took
that
some
fall that he
spills.
took after Lou Dort's when Lou Dort fouled him. Yeah, that was brutal. He just popped right back up.
Yeah, to be 22, right?
Yeah, it's good to be young, huh?
You were saying you had a favorite Mathurin moment that would surprise us.
I think it was Lou Dort
Okay.
when it was. I don't even remember what happened before. Dort was at the free throw line, and Mathurin had been. I noticed like Mathurin had been yapping a little bit as he's wont to do.
What?
And if that's what fuels him on trying to get a comeback on, hey, by all means. But he went up to Dort, who was like getting ready to take a free throw, and he walked up to him and just like kind of like gave him a little, kind of not a slap, but like a kind of little tap on the cheek or whatever. And then they all just like they go to the ref and we're like, what is this? and I thought it was like expert level trolling, and it was like it was like not bad enough to where you call it technical, but it was just on that line of like, what is this guy doing?
Blowing in your ear bad.
I mean, that's exactly the same thing we said. I was watching with Catherine at home, and that was the exact same thing. I said, "Look at this," and she pointed that out too. We all thought of the same thing. This is
but it's not going to turn into a meme like Lance is blowing into the ear thing.
Hey,
it
it's not tomorrow yet.
Quite,
you don't know.
yeah, I mean, that's right.
Go make it a
Anyway,
meme.
that was my standout trolling for the game. But Matherin was on one, and God, Haliburton too. When he was hitting those threes, he was just talking up a storm, and I was like, I was feeling good, if he had, I don't want to play the woulda shoulda game, but I mean, if he played like that, I don't think that OKC was gonna survive that.
Well,
I mean, yeah,
we wouldn't have
Well,
10
certainly.
turnovers in the third quarter or whatever it was.
Right. And as Jill said at the end of the game, I'd love to go through the parallel universe where that doesn't, like, he doesn't get injured and watch that game and just see.
I want to go to the one where we win game 4. That's
that'd
there's
be
a very
fucking
happy
nice,
me in some universe.
Yeah. That would have been nice.
Not this one.
Nope. And this one, I hate basketball.
Well, good news is summer ball's starting soon. If you like to watch young players that have never played with each other before and will never play with each other again, probably some of them, then you can get your fill of that here pretty soon. But what's going on? So Pacers traded away their draft picks. So they have a second round pick this year or nothing?
We probably have a second round pick. I don't know. We tend to trade those though.
You can get a Nemhard.
That's true. You can get a Nemhard
if you do it right.
So now, wait, okay. Draft position is based on your regular season record, right?
Yeah, I said
Doesn't
20.
matter.
I said the 25th pick. I meant the year 25. So this coming the 2025 draft pick. I don't know
And
what
so
our position
is that, since we finished second to last, is that the 29th pick?
I think it's based on your regular season though.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it is too.
So 25th is probably around what it was.
23.
There you go, 23. Okay.
Yeah. Went to New Orleans, and we'll have pick 54 in the draft.
Okay.
Perfect. Southwest Airlines just turned 54, so that's a good sign. Yeah.
Just get somebody from a like an Arizona school, maybe.
There you go.
We do good with those guys.
Yeah.
Sure.
Or a Gonzaga.
They're Northwest.
Does the player come with free check bags?
Hopefully.
We don't need any baggage on this team. We're happy the way we are.
They did. So we flew on Southwest's birthday, which is the day that they give away free drinks or your first drink is free.
Nice.
Yeah. They don't notify you of that. You have to. But Jill was looking after the drink cart came through. Jill was flipping through the thing and was like, "Wait a minute." So also St. Patty's Day, Valentine's Day, and New Year's Day. If you're flying Southwest, you get your first drink is free.
So did you hit the call button and have him come back and bring you a highball?
No, I should have, but yeah, it's a short flight, so.
It's a Valentine's Day?
Hey, look, Southwest is doing their part, baby.
Yeah.
I guess so. All right.
You got to get up that birth rate in this country.
That's right.
That's right.
Southwest knows they need future employees.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. All right, guys. What? Just quickly here. What was your favorite moment from this season in the play or playoff run?
I mean, I'm going to wager a guess that everyone's favorite moment was probably watching on the houseboat together.
Yeah,
that
all
was
together.
pretty.
Yeah.
Almost all
Yeah.
of us, I guess.
That comeback
Yeah.
was insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how high that ball bounced in the air. And
I had turned away. I was like, the
Yeah, I
game's
just- I was like,
over.
Gently through the best.
It's like,
Gently through the basket.
yeah. God, there was just a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
There was a lot. I
Went,
mean,
went to a finals
John
game. I guess that,
Haliburton waving a towel in Giannis Antetokounmpo's face. Yeah, that was fun too. No, just kidding.
What about Obi Toppin and the bench going crazy to win us the 50th game of the season? Like,
yeah.
That was
this
nice.
has just been
That
a
was
hell of
super
a
fun.
year, man.
That was super fun.
Yeah, and Obi Toppin and the bench winning that wild Minnesota game, where he just went bananas from 3-point range.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the one watched at your house, right, Jason?
Yeah. Yeah.
With basically it was, I don't know, was it one starter maybe that we had that game, and
Yeah, that sounds about right.
just let them run.
I mean, that shot that Haliburton hit, the 4-point play against Milwaukee in the regular season.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's been a hell of a ride.
I tell you what, though.
That put back dunk by Neesmith in
Oh.
I think it was the Cleveland game.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That was
Cleveland
amazing
comeback.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there were so many amazing
Yeah.
wins that we're going to have to just go back and rewatch the playoffs again.
I mean, I'm keeping this playoff run forever. I started over last week. Like I just
Nice.
started watching.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
It's freaking great, man. These guys are so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, just really, really special. It's this one's going down for the ages. Until next year when we play an amazing season without Haliburton and then he comes back for our playoff run and we win a title.
Yep.
Then I'll have to
Yeah,
make more room in my memory, in my childhood memories. what was that mean? Did you see that?
No.
No.
It was a tweet or something where it was the no look pass after the steal from Haliburton to Siakam, who dunks it over two people, and it said, "Now I have to get rid of a childhood memory to make room for this," or something like that. It's really good.
Done and done.
Done.
Yeah, exactly.
I think my favorite thing from this season has been not this. I mean, this specific thing is just like getting to beat, particularly the Bucks and the Knicks. Cleveland, those guys were just like professional. It was like a professional basketball team, but
Unlike Milwaukee and New York,
but
who are
Milwaukee
now
and New York-
catching huge strays in our pod. Luckily,
Yeah, but Milwaukee and New York, like, and becoming like a problem, like the Pacers specifically becoming a problem for those two franchises. Like, we beat the Bucks like a lot,
Yeah, and
And-
we beat the Knicks a lot now too.
and we have been the playoff ender for the Knicks as well.
Yeah.
Over many years of time. It's like, oh, the Knicks
Lot of
got
years.
good. It's like, hey, guess what? We're here too. So.
Yeah.
And we got Thibodeau fired. That was yeah. Man.
And bad news for Milwaukee, we didn't get Doc Rivers fired. So
yeah. I bet both of those fan bases wish that had gone the other way.
Oh man, yeah, and all of these fan bases having to come to terms with the fact that the Pacers are better than their teams, like it's just great. Oh, that's been great, fantastic.
Not this dude again.
not this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I did watch that a lot of times. Yeah, and hey, I mean the thing is, like, I still watch. You read so many articles, saw so many predictions, and the Pacers got no respect. The whole season didn't matter who they played. We had gone to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, and
They had us
You know,
losing to the
haven't played.
Bucks.
Yeah,
yeah,
every
There was
almost every game, we were chosen to not win, and we just kept winning.
I think that's, coming to terms with that is something that is very important if you're going to be an Indiana Pacers fan. Because I thought it would change when we were very successful, and it didn't. So,
well, I think we're going to get a little more love next year by ESPN probably.
With
I think
it's not everybody.
Haliburton?
Well, we'll be on TV more often. I think that's my theory.
Without Haliburton,
There's a lot of new Pacer fans that were not Pacer fans before this
two
finals
more
run.
games.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people, at least in my circles, that are full-time Pacer fans now. At least that's what they say.
Oh, for sure.
So go Pacers, and welcome to all the new listeners. If you're out there and you want to make a meme of the little slap by Matherin, I'm suggesting like hitting an old TV, to try to make it work. I'm suggesting burping a baby. Those are my two suggestions. You can have those for free.
It's like the oldest person description of like what to do to make a meme. Like you're not gonna do it. You could just
Kids
go
are
do
like,
it right
how
now.
do you even do that to a TV?
Can I just tell AI how to do that? I don't know.
The fact that you don't know tells me all I need to know.
Do I have to be on the TikTok to make the meme?
Okay, it is time to get going. I've got like a bingo card of. I've just got a list of words and phrases, and as soon as Colson says,
Red flag.
it just is
Time to go.
turn the pot off. TikTok is one of them, so thank you for getting to me to there. So, yeah, man, what a year, what a series, what a playoff run. It's been so much fun to dissect all of this and just take it all in with you guys and with our community that we have, and with just the Pacer fans in general. Jason, you say like your friends that you haven't heard from in a while reach out. Like it's cool to know that those people are watching and rooting for a team that they don't particularly care for, except for the fact that you care about them, and I think that's really fun as well. Well, on behalf of our show, thank you so much for listening. It has been a wonderful ride, and we'll be back with you over the summer. We've got lots of fun stuff planned. But until next time, you can find us on social media. Not TikTok, Colson.
Not
we are
yet.
At Undebeatables. Not yet. We are on Facebook.com/TheUndebeatables. TheUndebeatables.com is our website. There's a contact form there. You can use that to send us a message, shout out. At TheUndebeatables.com is our email address. And over at the website /store is our merch.
For the architect, Donnie Walsh, and our once and always Hall of Fame coach, Bobby Sickleonard, for the last time this season, turn out the lights, the party's over.
Really is.
What a year. What a year.
You know what hit me harder than I expected was seeing Reggie there and then not winning that game. And he was back there.
Still trying to get that dude a title.
I know.
Yeah, right.
And he was back in the locker room as these guys were coming back and, giving them hugs. And
Yeah, what a great guy.
I was trying to think if there was another player that it was like so tied to a franchise outside of, I think Kobe, but like even Jordan, I think the Bulls, of course, but he did play for Washington for a little bit.
Sure. If you're going back, you could talk about like maybe a Patrick Ewing or something.
Or Dirk
It's just-
Nowitzki. He played 20 years for one
Yeah.
franchise.
Timmy Duncan.
Timmy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it
the
happens,
list is
but it's
short.
pretty rare.
Yeah, and it will be even more rare, presumably, going forward as, the power of free agency is not waning.
Yeah.
I gotta say that most of this roster is now on my top 25 list.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can't wait to find out who gets snubbed.
Yeah, seriously.
We'll go through it in the
Bye
offseason.
bye Bender.
Well, after I, lick my wounds, take a couple weeks off, we'll do the top 25.
Can I get you some Neosporin? Licking is just not sanitary.
Good call.